Hello, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be making this beautiful Pinterest inspired dress. If it's something you're interested in, please keep watching. Okay, so here I'm just going to mark this point. This is my under bust line because that's where my dress is starting. So I'm now going to place my tape. My under bust measurement is 13.5. I'm placing 13.5 there, and I'm marking my waist, my half length measurement now, which is 16 inches, and then I'm going to mark my hip length measurement, which is 25 inches. So then the other length is my actual length of my dress. So now I'm just going to go ahead to impute my measurement, my underbust measurement divided by 4, and that's what I'm placing here. And then my waist measurement divided by 4, I'm placing the same like so. And then I'm going to go ahead to impute my hip measurement divided by 4, and that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to go ahead to place my hemline measurement, which is my hip measurement minus 1.5 inches. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to join the points together, and I have my body measurement. Okay, so now for my dress, I'm going to have a slit. I just want to add slits to mine. So I'm going to just do this. I'm taking 17 inches as my slit. So here I'm imputing my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches. That's what I just did, and I'm going to just join that point, and that is going to be my slit. Here I'm cutting out my body measurement. This is my front pattern. So the front pattern has an extension from the underbust. So yes, that is why we're starting from the underbust. So yes, so now I'm going to go ahead to place my front pattern on my fabric again to draft out my back pattern. My back pattern has a zipper allowance, so that is why I have that extra at the other side. And then I'm just going ahead to cut out that part because it's going to be open for the zip. So here I'm going to just measure my shoulder to bust point measurement and my chest line measurement. That's what I just did here. So here I'm just measuring my shoulder measurement divided by 2. That's what I just did there. But here I'm going to go ahead to measure my bust measurement divided by 4 as my bust line area of my pattern. So that's what I just did, and I'm going to just go ahead to curve from that my chest line, like my shoulder measurement divided by 2. I'm just going to curve it towards my bust line. So that's what I did. Okay, so yeah, I just want to give my back a bit of a curve. So that's why I'm just coming down with 1 inch from my chest line. So I'm just curving it like so. So that is what it's going to look like. So I'm just going to go ahead to cut out my back pattern now. Okay, so let's go ahead to work on our zip allowance. I'm just going to mark out my half length and my hip length here. So that's what I'm doing. That's my half length. So at my half length, I'm going to just divide it by half. That's 1 inch. So 1 inch divided by half is half. So I'm just going to come into that half inch, and then I'm going to join it to my hip line and also join it to my line at the top of my dress. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm just going to cut it out. So I'm going to have like a bit of a curve there. So this is just to reduce excess bulkiness at the back of your dress, when you're placing your zip. So I'm just notching that area so that I know exactly where my points are. So yes, this is my pattern. Okay, yes, so if you notice, the dress at the down part has some frail gathers, so that's what I'm cutting out. I just measured out 5 inches. Okay, I think I did measure 6 inches because of the half inches allowance for folding and joining. So I'm going to cut 2 of these pieces because I want the gathers to be a lot. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to cut another piece of that, and then we have the down part of my dress. Okay, so remember the front pattern of our dress has an addition at the from the underbust to the chest line, so that's what I'm cutting out here. So I'm just measuring 8 inches like so, and then I'm just going to go ahead to measure at the down part. I'm going to measure my bust measurement divided by 4. I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to also add like 3 inches allowance for that part. Then for the chest line area, because I want my gathers to be more at the top, I'm going to measure that same measurement, but I'm going to now add 3 inches to that other measurement. So that's what I just did. So I'm just going to go ahead to join that point together and then cut it out. So that would be the breast tube area of my dress. Okay, so here we're going to go ahead to cut our sleeve. Our sleeve is just a rectangular piece, so you just cut out as much as you want for your gathers. So that's what my sleeve looks like. So now I'm going to just go ahead to measure 3 inches from that point to that pound, and I'm also going to measure 3 inches in, and I'm going to have my armhole curve. So here I'm just going to go ahead to cut that out. So yes, that's my armhole curve, and that is my sleeve pattern. So here I'm just going to go ahead to take my scissors and just come in at the other part like that. So just is this part is not necessary, but I just wanted to do that. So yes, let's go ahead to sew our piece together. So I'm joining my back piece. Okay, so at this point I realized I did not mark out my armhole curve here on my tube piece that I just cut out. So I'm just doing that now. I'm just marking out 3 inches at the down part and 3 inches at the top. So I'll just curve it like so, and then I'm going to go ahead to cut it out, because I'm going to be joining that front piece to my sleeve. So you know my sleeve has an armhole, so that should also have an armhole. So that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, so yes, I'll go ahead to create a gather stitch for my tube piece. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to gather this down part that I'm going to join to the other piece of my front pattern. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm running a thread for my gathers. So here I'm just gathering up the piece. That's what I'm doing, and afterwards I'm just going to go ahead to show you what I did next. Okay, so I'm done gathering, so I'm just placing it on my front piece, the one that I started from the underbust to measure. So I'm just adding that other piece to it to just complete the front piece. So that's what I'm doing here, and I'm just adjusting the gathers as I stitch so that I will get to the other end of my piece. Okay, so I'm done with that. I'm just going to go ahead to join my front and back pieces together by the side. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm joining my front piece and my back piece together. Okay, so before we continue, let's just go ahead to slash out our front tube piece. You know that bra top part. So I'm just slashing out because I'm going to run a gather stitch at the top to gather it, and then use my bias piece to pipe it down. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm drawing my gathers, and after that, I'm just going to use the bias stitch to hold it down, because it's going to have a rope or a string like coming out at the front. The part that we cut out, we're going to have a rope, like something to tie at that point. So that's what I'm doing now for my gathers, and I'm just going to go ahead to use the bias to pipe that part, then stitch through to the end of the rope. Let's go ahead to work on the sleeve. So here I'm joining the sides of the sleeve together, and then I'm just going to go ahead to fold the hem of my sleeve, because I'm going to form an elastic casing for it. So the sleeve has elastic at the hem and also at the armhole part of the sleeve. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right here right now. Elastic casing done, so I'm just going to go ahead to cut the elastic for the hem of my sleeve. I'm going to be using 8 inches for my elastic, and for the top of my sleeve I'm going to be using 10 inches elastic. So that's what I just did. I cut out the elastic for both parts, and I'm just going to go ahead to use my safety pin to insert the elastic through the casing of my sleeve to Okay, we are done. So let's go ahead to fix our zip. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just fixing my zip at the back of my dress. So afterwards, I'm just going to go ahead and show you what to do next. The zip is ready. Let's go ahead to fix our sleeves. I'm just going to take my sleeve and I'm going to pin it at that point, at the cutout point of my front and back pattern, at the armhole area, to join the sleeve to the body of the dress. So that's what I'm doing right here, and then I'm going to just go ahead to stitch it down. Okay, yes, we are done with that. So let's not forget the addition at the down part of our dress. So I'm just going to go ahead to form a gathers for this. I'm going to gather the top part of it and I'm going to fold the down part. I'm going to hem the down part. So yeah, I'm creating a gather stitch for the cutout that we had earlier. I'd already joined the two pieces together, so just like a very long two piece. So yes, after that, after creating the gather stitch, I'm just going to go ahead to gather it, then stitch it to the dress itself. Okay, so I'm done gathering it. So yeah, I'm going to just go ahead to place it on my dress, and I'm going to just gently stitch it on at the hem of my dress like so. So I'm just going to go ahead to stitch it gently till I get to the other end of my dress. Okay, so after that, I'm just going to go ahead to fold the hem of my dress. So that's what I'm doing here. Yes, this is what the dress looks like. This is the finished product. And if this video was helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you are a new subscriber, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much for watching this video to the end. See you on my next video. Bye.